this research about Stanislavski is killing me. There's so much stuff. It would just be so much easier if I could just ask him about his life. Not to mention, it would probably be more interesting. I'm just so tired. I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed.
Hi, my name is James Lipton. Welcome to Inside the Actors Studio. Today I'm very excited because our guest is actually one of the only reasons that the Actors Studio became a thing. He's a very, very famous director who revolutionized the way that we think of acting today. He very famously said, "Love art in yourself, not yourself in art." Please welcome Constantin Stanislavski.
Hello, Mr. Lipton. Thank you for having me on your show.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stanislavski. I'm so pleased you can join us today. Now, how this is going to go, I'm just going to ask you some questions from my cue cards right here. And we're just going to have a sort of dialogue and we're going to learn a little bit more about you. Alright, I'm going to begin now. Tell us about how you fell into theater.
Well, it's really what you say. I fell into acting. I got introduced to it at a very young age. I had interest in the circus and the ballet and the, even puppetry, and theater just was a part of those interests. My grandmother was actually a very famous French actress, and my father, seeing my interest in theater, had a theater made on our estate. So it was just always around me when I was a child.
Wonderful. Your last name wasn't always Stanislavski. Why did you change it?
Yes, I took my Stanislavski name after Tommaso Salvini, who was an actor I met, who greatly inspired me. Yes, and I was greatly moved by him, and he changed my life. So I took my name after him, and I actually I cut my hair to look like him as well. Yes.
Very interesting. Why did you leave the Moscow Theatre School after only 3 weeks?
Yes, they focus too much on these conventions of acting, of the theater, mostly the melodrama. I was dissatisfied with the lack of realistic and natural acting, which was something that I was very much interested in. So they did not give me what I needed, so I left, yes.
Very interesting. Later, you went to the Mali Theatre and then started the Society of Art and Literature. Tell us about that.
Yes, I founded the Society of Art and Theatre in 1888, sort of as in an attempt to explore this sort of natural, realistic sort of acting atmosphere of theatre that I wanted to create. I was able to direct some productions there where I was able to utilize these elements. But despite some of the success it has, it also had quite a few setbacks, which sort of led me into the arms of Vladimir. Yes.
How wonderful. Isn't this fun? According to some people, you were considered quite an innovative director. Is it true you once went all the way to Venice just to get authentic props and costumes for your production of Othello?
Yes, I'm like I said, a stickler for realism. So I went to Venice to get the costumes and the props that would, make my production of Othello be the most realistic to the audience as it could. And I think it worked out very well. Yes.
How wonderful. Okay, now tell us about your fateful meeting with Vladimir Nemirovich Donchenko and the events that followed that fateful meeting.
Well, we met for a meal, and it lasted a lot longer than that. we sort of talked about the problems with modern theatre and what we would like to fix about them and how we would want to fix it, and then it went into where we would fix it, and then before I knew it, we founded the Moscow Theatre, and a way to sort of a place to explore what we both wanted to do with modern theatre. Yes, very good decision too.
Awesome. The Moscow Art Theatre became more well known after the production of Chekhov's The Seagull. Is that right?
Yes, actually. The theatre was somewhat successful, but the play The Seagull really brought people in and showed them what our theatre could do, and very grateful, very grateful.
Good. Very good. And subsequently, the MAT, I shortened Moscow Art Theatre to MAT, went on to produce many of Chekhov's plays. Why do you think that was?
He has this attention and sort of this dedication to the subtext, to going below the surface of a character, and this sort of attitude and this writing really facilitates this sort of realism that I want to explore, and helps the actors sort of explore this realism and the character, and helps them dig deeper into the character than what the audience can see. And it leads to a very interesting performance. So yes, we did put on quite a few of his productions because we were greatly enthused about the way he wrote. Yes, we liked it.
Very good. Now, explain to us how your method, and air quotes, of acting works. What does it entail exactly?
Okay, as explain it as simply as possible. Through a series of exercises, I hope to get actors to sort of explore this idea of emotional memory, which is where they experience the emotions of a character that a character would be feeling, and not by just acting it, by drawing from emotions that they've had in the past that are similar to the ones that the character is feeling. Yes, it's very complicated, very complex. It focuses on the character's motivation and why they're doing these certain actions that they're doing, and like I said, it just really facilitates this natural atmosphere. And also, I was a big proponent of the actors bringing something of themselves into the character, and I think that really will really help their performance. Yes.
Very good. So, I hear you've brought a young lady today to help demonstrate your method for us. Is that right?
Yes, actually, my student Katya is going to do a little demonstration, demonstrate a sort of melodrama form of acting, which is not going to be very natural or real to the audience, and sort of demonstrate a more my method of acting. She's going to do that for us, so whenever she's ready, we can get on.
Wonderful. Please help me in welcoming Katya, one of Stanislavski's students. She's going to demonstrate for us his method.
Oh, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not be, but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Oh, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not be, but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Thank you, Katya. That was wonderful. And thank you, Mr. Stanislavski, for joining us today on Inside the Actors Studio.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. I greatly appreciate it, Mr. Lipton. Yes.
Next week, we will also have an episode of Inside the Actors Studio. I'm very excited about it. Come join us then. Have a great day. Once again, I am James Lipton. Thank you. Good night.
was weird. Yeah. Yeah, that was really weird.